A massive announcement just dropped at the Apex 2025 event in Singapore. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has stated that XRP could capture up to 14% of Swift's total volume within the next 5 years. This is not just speculation. It's a powerful statement from the head of Ripple, pointing to real-world adoption at a massive scale. For years, projections and analyses have centered around the year 2030 as the target for global crypto integration. But now we have direct confirmation from Ripple's leadership. The next 5 years are critical, not only for XRP's adoption, but also for its valuation. If this scenario materializes, the financial implications for XRP holders could be enormous. Let's first take a quick look at the current crypto market. XRP is trading at $2.30 and showing a recovery. Bitcoin is holding strong above $109,000. Ethereum is performing well at $2,830, up 3.3% today. The overall crypto market remains bullish, driven by macroeconomic developments and strong sentiment following the Apex announcements. Speaking of macro developments, former President Donald Trump is now pressuring the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates by a full percentage point. Inflation data is helping that argument. The May CPI rose by 2.4%, slightly below expectations of 2.5%. Core CPI also came in at 2.8%, again under the 2.9% forecast. This is the first time since January 2025 that headline inflation has risen, but it remains within manageable limits. Despite this, the probability of a Fed rate cut in the next meeting is currently at 0%. No immediate action is expected. However, Trump continues to apply political pressure on Fed Chair Jerome Powell to move aggressively. Markets are watching this closely, especially since any shift in U.S. monetary policy can have ripple effects, no pun intended, on crypto valuations. Now, back to Apex 2025 and Garlinghouse's bold claim. During his speech in Singapore, he stated, "People significantly underestimate the momentum that will come once the world's largest economy finally adopts a pro-innovation, pro-crypto stance." He was referring, of course, to the United States, and to the increasing alignment between Ripple, XRP, and global financial infrastructure. And then came the quote that's making headlines. XRP could capture 14% of Swift's volume within 5 years. Let's break down what that actually means. Swift currently processes around $50 trillion in daily volume. Previous studies suggested that if XRP managed to handle just 1% of Swift's traffic, the token could reach a price of around $100. That estimate was based on transactional utility and liquidity flows within the global financial system. So, if 1% equals $100, imagine what 14% would represent. The projection suggests that with 10% of Swift's traffic, XRP could trade at approximately $1,000. So with 14%, XRP might exceed even that benchmark. We're talking about a valuation scenario that would put XRP in the category of high-value, institutionally integrated digital infrastructure. Of course, these are projections, not guarantees. And even Garlinghouse himself acknowledged that this would take time. XRP won't process 100% of Swift transactions overnight. Adoption takes years. The migration of legacy financial systems onto blockchain rails like XRP Ledger will be gradual. But with this new target in place, 14% over 5 years, the narrative becomes more focused and measurable. Garlinghouse's message was clear. Ripple has a plan, and it's executing. If they weren't confident, they wouldn't set expectations so high and so specific. His statement confirms that Ripple is in talks, integrations, and trials that could eventually lead to XRP handling a significant share of global payments. But what's important to remember is this. Even if XRP captures only a fraction of this potential, the upside remains significant. Most retail investors are not yet factoring in this level of adoption. They're looking at XRP through the lens of legal battles or short-term price action. But the real story is playing out over the next 5 years that we've said it many times. 2025 is important, but 2026 to 2030 will be even more crucial. That's when adoption could scale dramatically, and utility could begin driving price in a way that speculation never could. Let's recap the key points from today. XRP is holding strong at $2.30 during a bullish week for crypto. Inflation data remains under control, but Fed rate cuts are still unlikely. Trump is applying pressure to reduce interest rates. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says XRP could capture 14% of Swift's traffic within 5 years. A 1% share was previously estimated to equal $100 per XRP, so 14% could be exponential. The XRP roadmap is long-term, and the next 5 years will be decisive for real-world adoption. This is one of the most bullish signals we've seen come directly from Ripple in recent years. And coming from a global stage like Apex 2025 in Singapore, the timing is intentional. Ripple wants the world to know XRP is not just surviving legal challenges, it's building global infrastructure. Let me know what you think. See you in the next one.